Dr. Manmohan Singh, India's 14th Prime Minister, presided over a decade of phenomenal growth and development. Under Dr. Singh's stewardship, India witnessed the highest growth rate in its history, averaging at 7.7% to become a nearly $2 trillion economy. Dr. Manmohan Singh, India's 14th Prime Minister, presided over a decade of phenomenal growth and development. Under Dr. Singh's stewardship, India witnessed the highest growth rate in its history, averaging at 7.7% to become a nearly $2 trillion economy. India was catapulted from 10th position when Dr. Singh took over into the world's third-largest economy by 2014, raising the living standard of millions. At the core of Dr. Singh's idea of India was the belief in not just high growth but inclusive growth and of a tide that would raise all boats. This belief was enshrined in the passage of bills that ensured citizens the legal right to food, right to education, right to work and the right to information. Dr. Singh's rights-based revolution created a new era in Indian politics. This story of unprecedented growth and prosperity is the story of Dr. Singh's premiership from 2004 to 2014. But it began during his tenure as finance minister from 1991 to 1996 when the script first began to take shape. In July 1991, Dr. Manmohan Singh ended his budget speech with the words "No power on earth can stop an idea whose time has come." I suggest to this august house that the emergence of India as a major economic power in the world happens to be one such idea. This was the beginning of his idea of India. It is this period that launched India on its path to economic superpower status and also burnished Dr. Singh's credentials as an innovative thinker and administrator. However, the foundations of Dr. Singh's beliefs and his dedication to public service can be traced back to his early 20s and the very beginning of his career. Dr. Manmohan Singh was born on September 26, 1932 in Punjab. He received his bachelor's and master's in economics from Punjab University in 1952 and 1954 respectively. He completed his economic tripos from Cambridge University in 1957. He followed this with a D.Phil in economics from Oxford University in 1962. Dr. Singh went on to teach at Punjab University and the Delhi School of Economics. He joined the Government of India as economic advisor in the Commerce Ministry in 1971. He was soon promoted to chief economic advisor in the Finance Ministry in 1972. After a short stint at the UNCTAD Secretariat, he was appointed Secretary General of the South Commission in Geneva from 1987 to 1990. In addition, Dr. Singh also held the positions of Secretary in the Finance Ministry, Deputy Chairman of the Planning Commission, Governor of the Reserve Bank of India, Advisor to the Prime Minister and Chairman of the University Grants Commission. Dr. Singh has been a member of the Rajya Sabha since 1991, where he was leader of the opposition from 1998 to 2004. Following the Congress Party's historic wins in 2004 and 2009, he took the office of Prime Minister on May 22, 2004 and again on May 22, 2009. Dr. Singh's commitment to development and his many achievements have been recognized through the many honors that have been conferred upon him. These include the Padma Vibhushan in 1987, the Euro Money Award for Finance Minister of the Year in 1993, the Asia Money Award for Finance Minister of the Year in both 1993 and 1994 and the Jawaharlal Nehru Birth Centenary Award of the Indian Science Congress in 1995. However, Dr. Manmohan Singh is known not only for his vision that led India to become an economic powerhouse but also for his hard work and his humble, soft-spoken demeanor. He is a Prime Minister who will be remembered not only for the leaps and bounds by which he took India forward but also as a man of thought and of integrity. Manmohan Singh was an Indian politician, economist, academic, and bureaucrat, who served as the 13th Prime Minister of India from 2004 to 2014. He was the fourth longest-serving Prime Minister after Jawaharlal Nehru, Indira Gandhi, and Narendra Modi. A member of the Indian National Congress, Singh was the first Sikh Prime Minister of India. He was also the first Prime Minister since Nehru to be re-elected after completing a full 5-year term. Born in Gah in what is today Pakistan, Singh's family migrated to India during its partition in 1947. After obtaining his doctorate in economics from the University of Oxford, Singh worked for the United Nations during 1966 to 1969. He subsequently began his bureaucratic career when Lalit Narayan Mishra hired him as an advisor in the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. During the 1970s and 1980s, Singh held several key posts in the Government of India, such as Chief Economic Advisor, 1972 to 1976, Governor of the Reserve Bank, 1982 to 1985, and Head of the Planning Commission, 1985 to 1987. In 1991, as India faced a severe economic crisis, the newly elected Prime Minister, P.V. Narasimha Rao, inducted the apolitical Singh into his cabinet as Finance Minister. Over the next few years, despite strong opposition, he carried out several structural reforms that liberalized India's economy. Although these measures proved successful in averting the crisis, and enhanced Singh's reputation globally as a leading reform-minded economist, the incumbent Congress party fared poorly in the 1996 general election. Subsequently, Singh was leader of the opposition in the Rajya Sabha, the upper house of the Parliament of India, during the Atal Bihari Vajpayee government of 1998 to 2004. In 2004, when the Congress-led United Progressive Alliance came to power, its chairperson Sonia Gandhi unexpectedly relinquished the prime ministership to Singh. His first ministry executed several key legislations and projects, including the National Rural Health Mission, Unique Identification Authority, Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme and Right to Information Act. In 2008, opposition to a historic civil nuclear agreement with the United States nearly caused Singh's government to fall after left-front parties withdrew their support. In 2009, BRICS was established with India as one of the founding members. India's economy grew rapidly during his term. The 2009 general election saw the UPA return with an increased mandate, with Singh retaining the office of Prime Minister. Over the next few years, Singh's second ministry government faced a number of corruption charges over the organization of the 2010 Commonwealth Games, the 2G spectrum allocation case and the allocation of coal blocks. After his term ended, he opted out from the race for the office of Prime Minister during the 2014 Indian general election. Singh was never a member of the Lok Sabha but served as a member of the Rajya Sabha, representing the state of Assam from 1991 to 2019 and Rajasthan from 2019 to 2024. Singh was born to Gurmukh Singh Kohli and Amrit Kaur on September 26, 1932, in Gah, Punjab, British India, into a family of Punjabi Sikh dried fruit traders of Khatri background. His mother died when he was very young. He was raised by his paternal grandmother Jamna Devi, with whom he was very close. Singh was initially educated at a local Gurdwara, where he began studying Urdu and Punjabi. On April 17, 1937, he was enrolled in the local government primary school, where he continued his Urdu medium education until the age of 10, class 4, after which he and his family moved to Peshawar. There, Singh was enrolled in the upper primary Khalsa school. He sat for his matriculation examination in the summer of 1947. Even as Prime Minister years later, Singh wrote his apparently Hindi speeches in the Urdu script, although sometimes he would also use Gurmukhi, a script used to write Punjabi, his mother tongue. During the partition of India, Singh and his family migrated to Haldwani, India. His grandfather Sant Singh was brutally killed in the sectarian violence which erupted during the partition, an event that traumatized Singh throughout his life. Consequently, he never returned to visit Gah despite pleas from local residents, as the village had greatly benefited from its connection to Singh following his election as Prime Minister of India. In 1948, the family relocated to Amritsar, where Singh studied at Hindu College, Amritsar. He attended Punjab University, then in Hoshiarpur, Punjab, studying economics, and got his bachelor's and master's degrees in 1952 and 1954, respectively, standing first throughout his academic career. He completed his economics tripos at University of Cambridge in 1957. He was a member of St. John's College. In a 2005 interview with the British journalist Mark Tully, Singh said about his Cambridge days, "I first became conscious of the creative role of politics in shaping human affairs, and I owe that mostly to my teachers Joan Robinson and Nicholas Calder. Joan Robinson was a brilliant teacher, but she also sought to awaken the inner conscience of her students in a manner that very few others were able to achieve. She questioned me a great deal and made me think the unthinkable. She propounded the left-wing interpretation of Keynes, maintaining that the state has to play more of a role if you really want to combine development with social equity. Calder influenced me even more. I found him pragmatic, scintillating, stimulating. Joan Robinson was a great admirer of what was going on in China, but Calder used the Keynesian analysis to demonstrate that capitalism could be made to work." After Cambridge, Singh returned to India and served as a teacher at Punjab University. In 1960, he went to the University of Oxford for his D.Phil, where he was a member of Nuffield College. His 1962 doctoral thesis under the supervision of Ian Little was titled India's Export Performance, 1951–1960, Export Prospects and Policy Implications, and was later the basis for his book India's Export Trends and Prospects for Self-Sustained Growth. After completing his Doctor of Philosophy, Singh returned to India. He was a senior lecturer of economics at Punjab University from 1957 to 1959. During 1959 and 1963, he served as a reader in economics at Punjab University, and from 1963 to 1965, he was an economics professor there. Then he went to work for the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, UNCTAD, from 1966 to 1969. Later, he was appointed as an advisor to the Ministry of Foreign Trade by Lalit Narayan Mishra, in recognition of Singh's talent as an economist. From 1969 to 1971, Singh was a professor of international trade at the Delhi School of Economics, University of Delhi. In 1972, Singh was chief economic advisor in the Ministry of Finance, and in 1976 he was secretary in the Finance Ministry. In 1980 to 1982 he was at the Planning Commission, and in 1982, he was appointed Governor of the Reserve Bank of India under then Finance Minister Pranab Mukherjee and held the post until 1985. He went on to become the Deputy Chairman of the Planning Commission, India, from 1985 to 1987. Following his tenure at the Planning Commission, he was Secretary General of the South Commission, an independent economic policy think tank headquartered in Geneva, Switzerland from 1987 to November 1990. Singh returned to India from Geneva in November 1990 and held the post as the advisor to Prime Minister of India on economic affairs during the tenure of Chandrasekhar. In March 1991, he became chairman of the University Grants Commission. In June 1991, India's Prime Minister at the time, P.V. Narasimha Rao, chose Singh to be his finance minister. Singh told Mark Tully, a British journalist, in 2005. On the day Rao was formulating his cabinet, he sent his principal secretary to me saying, "The PM would like you to become the Minister of Finance." I didn't take it seriously. He eventually tracked me down the next morning, rather angry, and demanded that I get dressed up and come to Rashtrapati Bhavan for the swearing-in. So that's how I started in politics. In 1991, India's fiscal deficit was close to 8.5% of the gross domestic product, the balance of payments deficit was huge and the current account deficit was close to 3.5% of India's GDP. India's foreign reserves barely amounted to $1 billion, enough to pay for 2 weeks of imports, in comparison to $600 billion in 2009. Singh explained to the PM and the party that India is facing an unprecedented crisis. However, the rank and file of the party resisted deregulation. So P. Chidambaram and Singh explained to the party that the economy would collapse if it was not deregulated. To the dismay of the party, Rao allowed Singh to deregulate the Indian economy. Subsequently, Singh, who had thus far been one of the most influential architects of India's socialist economy, eliminated the Permit Raj, reduced state control of the economy, and reduced import taxes. Rao and Singh thus implemented policies to open up the economy and change India's socialist economy to a more capitalistic one, in the process dismantling the License Raj, a system that inhibited the prosperity of private businesses. They removed many obstacles standing in the way of foreign direct investment, FDI, and initiated the process of the privatization of public sector companies. However, in spite of these reforms, Rao's government was voted out in 1996 due to the government's non-performance in other areas. In praise of Singh's work that pushed India towards a market economy, longtime cabinet minister P. Chidambaram has compared Singh's role in India's reforms to Deng Xiaoping's in China. In 1993, Singh offered his resignation from the post of finance minister after a parliamentary investigation report criticized his ministry for not being able to anticipate a $1.8 billion 1992 securities scandal. Prime Minister Rao refused Singh's resignation, instead promising to punish the individuals directly accused in the report. Singh was first elected to the upper house of parliament, the Rajya Sabha, in 1991 by the legislature of the state of Assam, and was re-elected in 1995, 2001, 2007 and 2013. From 1998 to 2004, while the Bharatiya Janata Party was in power, Singh was the leader of the opposition in the Rajya Sabha. In 1999, he contested for the Lok Sabha from South Delhi but was unable to win the seat in his electoral debut. After the 2004 general elections, the Indian National Congress ended the incumbent National Democratic Alliance, NDA, tenure by becoming the political party with the single largest number of seats in the Lok Sabha. It formed the United Progressive Alliance, UPA, with allies and staked the claim to form government. In a surprise move, Chairperson Sonia Gandhi declared Manmohan Singh, a technocrat, as the UPA candidate for the prime ministership. Despite the fact that Singh had never won a direct popular election, he, according to the BBC, enjoyed massive popular support, not least because he was seen by many as a clean politician untouched by the taint of corruption that has run through many Indian administrations. He took the oath as the Prime Minister of India on May 22, 2004. In 1991, Singh, as finance minister, abolished the License Raj, source of slow economic growth and corruption in the Indian economy for decades. He liberalized the Indian economy, allowing it to speed up development dramatically. During his term as Prime Minister, Singh continued to encourage growth in the Indian market, enjoying widespread success in these matters. Singh, along with his finance minister, P. Chidambaram, presided over a period where the Indian economy grew with an 8 to 9% economic growth rate. In 2007, India achieved its highest GDP growth rate of 9% and became the second fastest growing major economy in the world. Singh's ministry enacted a National Employment Guarantee Act, MNREGA, in 2005. Singh's government continued the Golden Quadrilateral Highway Network and the Highway Modernization Program that was initiated by Vajpayee's government. Singh also worked on reforming the banking and financial sectors, as well as public sector companies. The Finance Ministry worked towards relieving farmers of their debt and worked towards pro-industry policies. In 2005, Singh's government introduced the value-added tax, replacing sales tax. In 2007 and early 2008, the global problem of inflation impacted India. In 2005, Prime Minister Singh and his government's health ministry started the National Rural Health Mission, NHRM, which mobilized 500,000 community health workers. This rural health initiative was praised by the American economist Jeffrey Sachs. In 2006, his government implemented the proposal to reserve 27% of seats in all India Institutes of Medical Studies, AIIMS, Indian Institutes of Technology, IITs, the Indian Institutes of Management, IIMs, and other central institutions of higher education for other backward classes, OBCs, which led to 2006 Indian anti-reservation protests. On July 2, 2009, Singh Ministry introduced the Right to Education Act, RUT. 8 IITs were opened in the states of Andhra Pradesh, Bihar, Gujarat, Orissa, Punjab, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, and Himachal Pradesh. The Singh government also continued the Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan program. The program includes the introduction and improvement of midday meals and the opening of schools all over India, especially in rural areas, to fight illiteracy. Singh's government strengthened anti-terror laws with amendments to the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act, UAPA. The National Investigation Agency, NIA, was also created soon after the 2008 Mumbai terror attacks, as need for a central agency to combat terrorism was realized. Also, the Unique Identification Authority of India was established in February 2009, an agency responsible for implementing the envisioned multipurpose national identity card with the objective of increasing national security and facilitating e-governance. Singh's administration initiated a massive reconstruction effort in Kashmir to stabilize the region, but after some period of success, insurgent infiltration and terrorism in Kashmir has increased since 2009. The Singh administration was, however, successful in reducing terrorism in northeast India. In 2005, he controversially apologized on behalf of the Indian National Congress for the bloodshed during the 1984 anti-Sikh riots in a speech to Parliament. The National Rural Employment Guarantee Act, NREGA, and the Right to Information Act were passed by the Parliament in 2005 during his tenure. While the effectiveness of the NREGA has been successful at various degrees, in various regions, the RTI Act has proved crucial in India's fight against corruption. New cash benefits were also introduced for widows, pregnant women, and landless persons. The Right to Fair Compensation and Transparency in Land Acquisition, Rehabilitation and Resettlement Act, 2013 was passed on August 29, 2013 in the Lok Sabha, lower house of the Indian Parliament, and on September 4, 2013 in Rajya Sabha, upper house of the Indian Parliament. The bill received the assent of the President of India, Pranab Mukherjee, on September 27, 2013. The act came into force from January 1, 2014. Right of Children to Free and Compulsory Education Act was enacted on August 4, 2009, which describes the modalities of the importance of free and compulsory education for children between 6 and 14 in India under Article 21A of the Indian Constitution. India became one of 135 countries to make education a fundamental right of every child when the Act came into force on April 1, 2010. In 2008, his government survived a vote of confidence following the nuclear deal. Various defections from the UPA coalition marred his second term, including the Trinamool Congress in 2012 and the Dravida Munnetra Kazhagam in 2013. Manmohan Singh continued the pragmatic foreign policy that was started by P.V. Narasimha Rao and continued by Bharatiya Janata Party's Atal Bihari Vajpayee. Singh continued the peace process with Pakistan initiated by his predecessor, Atal Bihari Vajpayee. Exchange of high-level visits by top leaders from both countries have highlighted his tenure. Efforts have been made during Singh's tenure to end the border dispute with People's Republic of China. In November 2006, Chinese President Hu Jintao visited India, which was followed by Singh's visit to Beijing in January 2008. A major development in Sino-Indian relations was the reopening of the Nathula Pass in 2006 after being closed for more than 4 decades. Premier of the State Council of the People's Republic of China, Li Keqiang paid a state visit to India, Delhi, Mumbai, from 19 to May 21, 2013. Singh paid an official visit to China from 22 to October 24, 2013. 3 agreements were signed establishing sister city partnership between Delhi, Beijing, Kolkata, Kunming and Bangalore, Chengdu. As of 2010, the People's Republic of China was the second biggest trade partner of India. Relations with Afghanistan have improved considerably, with India now becoming the largest regional donor to Afghanistan. During Afghan President Hamid Karzai's visit to New Delhi in August 2008, Manmohan Singh increased the aid package to Afghanistan for the development of more schools, health clinics, infrastructure, and defense. Under the leadership of Singh, India emerged as one of the single largest aid donors to Afghanistan. Singh's government worked towards stronger ties with the United States. He visited the United States in July 2005, initiating negotiations over the Indo-US Civilian Nuclear Agreement. This was followed by George W. Bush's successful visit to India in March 2006, during which the declaration over the nuclear agreement was made, giving India access to American nuclear fuel and technology, while India will have to allow IAEA inspection of its civil nuclear reactors. After more than 2 years for more negotiations, followed by approval from the IAEA, Nuclear Suppliers Group and the U.S. Congress, India and the U.S. signed the agreement on October 10, 2008 with Pranab Mukherjee representing India. Singh had the first official state visit to the White House during the administration of U.S. President Barack Obama. The visit took place in November 2009, and several discussions took place, including on trade and nuclear power. Relations have improved with Japan and European Union countries, like the United Kingdom, France, and Germany. Relations with Iran have continued, and negotiations over the Iran-Pakistan, India gas pipeline have taken place. New Delhi hosted an India-Africa summit in April 2006, which was attended by the leaders of 15 African states. Relations have improved with other developing countries, particularly Brazil and South Africa. Singh carried forward the momentum which was established after the Brasilia Declaration in 2003 and the IBSA Dialogue Forum was formed. Singh's government has also been especially keen on expanding ties with Israel. Since 2003, the two countries have made significant investments in each other, and Israel now rivals Russia to become India's largest defense partner. Though there have been a few diplomatic glitches between India and Russia, especially over the delay and price hike of several Russian weapons to be delivered to India, relations between the two remain strong, with India and Russia signing various agreements to increase defense, nuclear energy, and space cooperation. During the Libyan civil war, India abstained from voting on the UN Security Council's resolutions 1970 and 1973 that authorized NATO action in Libya. In the Lok Sabha, resolution was unanimously adopted to condemn NATO's military intervention in Libya. In 2009, Singh was among the leaders who laid the foundation of the intergovernmental organization BRICS. The establishment of the group is often described as a display of emergent economic power. Singh criticized the West for the use of force to enforce regime change in Syria and Libya during his speech at the UN in September 2011. India was silent over the killing of Gaddafi. Although India was among the last few countries to recognize the Libyan National Transitional Council, it agreed to work with the council to help rebuild Libya. India sent an ambassador to Tripoli in July 2012, having shut its mission in Tripoli in 2011. India held general elections to the 15th Lok Sabha in 5 phases between April 16, 2009 and May 13, 2009. The results of the election were announced on 16 May 2009. Strong showing in Andhra Pradesh, Rajasthan, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, West Bengal, and Uttar Pradesh helped the United Progressive Alliance, UPA, form the new government under the incumbent Singh, who became the first Prime Minister since Jawaharlal Nehru in 1962 to win re-election after completing a full 5-year term. The Congress and its allies were able to put together a comfortable majority with support from 322 members out of 543 members of the House. These included those of the UPA and the external support from the Bahujan Samaj Party, BSP, Samajwadi Party, SP, Janata Dal, Secular, JD, S, Rashtriya Janata Dal, RJD, and other minor parties. On May 22, 2009, Manmohan Singh was sworn in as the Prime Minister during a ceremony held at Rashtrapati Bhavan. In his second term, Singh's government was involved in corruption and political scandals such as the 2G Spectrum case and the Commonwealth Games scandal. Ministers appointed by Singh to serve in cabinet were accused, including Telecom Minister A. Raja. These scandals culminated in the 2011 Indian anti-corruption movement, with the government proposing the Janlokpal Bill. However, protests renewed in 2012 when the Rajya Sabha failed to pass the bill. The government had an approval rating of just 30% by the end of 2013. Following the 2012 Delhi gang rape and murder, Singh appealed for calm, stressing that violence will serve no purpose. In a televised address, he assured that all possible efforts would be made to ensure the safety of women in India. Singh expressed empathy, saying, "As a father of 3 daughters, I feel as strongly about the incident as each one of you." As a tribute to the victim, the Prime Minister cancelled all his official events to celebrate the new year. Several new laws were passed and 6 new fast-track courts were created to hear rape cases following the protests that occurred after the rape. The 2012 report filed by the CAG in Parliament of India states that due to the allocation of coal blocks to certain private companies without bidding process, the nation suffered an estimated loss of 1.85 trillion rupees, short scale, between 2005 and 2009, in which Manmohan Singh was the Coal Minister of India. Manmohan Singh declined to appear before a Joint Parliamentary Committee, JPC, in April 2013 when called upon by one of the members of JPC, Yashwant Sinha, for his alleged involvement in the 2G case. Singh's premiership officially ended at noon on May 17, 2014. He did not contest the 2014 general election for the 16th Lok Sabha as the prime ministerial candidate. He resigned his post as Prime Minister after the Bharatiya Janata Party-led National Democratic Alliance won the election. He served as the acting Prime Minister till May 26, 2014, when Narendra Modi was sworn in as the new Prime Minister. Singh, along with Congress President Sonia Gandhi, former Presidents APJ Abdul Kalam and Pratibha Patil, and Vice President Hamid Ansari attended Modi's swearing-in ceremony. In 2016, it was announced that Singh was to take up a position at Punjab University as the Jawaharlal Nehru Chair, which he eventually did not. He was elected as the Rajya Sabha MP for Rajasthan in 2019, succeeding BJP MP Madan Lal Sani. Singh retired from the Rajya Sabha in April 2024 and was succeeded by Sonia Gandhi. Singh married Gurusharan Kaur in 1958. They had 3 daughters, Upinder Singh, Daman Singh, and Amrit Singh. Upinder Singh is a professor of history at Ashoka University. Daman Singh is a graduate of St. Stephen's College, Delhi, and Institute of Rural Management, Anand, Gujarat, and author of The Last Frontier, People and Forests in Mizoram and a novel, 9x9. Amrit Singh is a staff attorney at the American Civil Liberties Union. Singh's son-in-law, Ashok Patnaik, a 1983 batch Indian Police Service officer, was appointed CEO of National Intelligence Grid, NatGrid, in 2016. Singh was attacked during the 1984 anti-Sikh riots and provided financial assistance to the Citizens Relief Committee. Singh was a vegetarian. Until his death, Singh resided at 3 Motilal Nehru Marg in New Delhi. Singh underwent multiple cardiac bypass surgeries, the last of which took place in January 2009. In May 2020, Singh was hospitalized at the All India Institute of Medical Sciences, AIIMS, due to a negative reaction from his medication. In April 2021, Singh was hospitalized after testing positive for COVID-19. In October 2021, Singh was hospitalized again at the AIIMS after experiencing weakness and fever. On December 26, 2024, Singh collapsed at his home in New Delhi and was admitted to the emergency department of AIIMS Delhi. Singh died a few hours after his hospitalization at the age of 92. The government subsequently announced a period of national mourning until January 1, 2025 and said that it would accord Singh a state funeral. The Independent described Singh as one of the world's most revered leaders and a man of uncommon decency and grace, noting that he drives a Maruti 800, one of the humblest cars in the Indian market. Khushwant Singh lauded Singh as the best Prime Minister India has had, even rating him higher than Jawaharlal Nehru. He mentions an incident in his book Absolute Khushwant, The Lowdown on Life, Death, and Most Things in Between, where after losing the 1999 Lok Sabha elections, Singh immediately returned the 2 Indian rupees lakh, $2,300 he had borrowed from the writer for hiring taxis. Terming him as the best example of integrity, Khushwant Singh stated, "When people talk of integrity, I say the best example is the man who occupies the country's highest office." In 2010, Newsweek magazine recognized him as a world leader who is respected by other heads of state, describing him as the leader other leaders love. The article quoted Mohammad El-Baradei, who remarked that Singh is the model of what a political leader should be. Singh also received the World Statesman Award in 2010. Henry Kissinger described Singh as a statesman with vision, persistence, and integrity, and praised him for his leadership, which has been instrumental in the economic transformation underway in India. Singh was ranked 18 on the 2010 Forbes list of the world's most powerful people. Forbes magazine described Singh as being universally praised as India's best prime minister since Nehru. Australian journalist Greg Sheridan praised Singh as one of the greatest statesmen in Asian history. Singh was later ranked 19 and 28 in 2012 and 2013 in the Forbes list. Time magazine described Singh as guiding India into the ranks of the great powers. Conversely, Time magazine's Asia edition for 10–17 July 2012, on its cover remarked that Singh was an underachiever. It stated that Singh appears unwilling to stick his neck out on reforms that will put the country back onto a growth path. Congress spokesperson Manish Tiwari rebutted the charges. UPA ally Lalu Prasad Yadav took issue with the magazine's statements. Praising the government, Prasad said UPA projects were doing well and asked, "What will America say as their own economy is shattered?" Additionally, Singh faced negative reception following the 2008 Mumbai attacks for falling short on enhancing national security. In his 2020 memoir A Promised Land, former U.S. President Barack Obama called Singh wise, thoughtful, and scrupulously honest. Political opponents, including BJP co-founder L.K. Advani, have claimed that Singh is a weak prime minister. Advani declared he is weak. "What do I call a person who can't take his decisions until 10 Janpath gives instruction?" Arvind Kejriwal in 2018 said the people are missing an educated PM like Dr. Manmohan Singh. In 2022, Union Transport Minister of Modi government, Nitin Gadkari said the country is indebted to Manmohan Singh for the liberalization that gave a new direction. In 2013, BJP leader Narendra Modi had termed Singh as night watchman and a puppet of the Gandhi family. On February 8, 2024, Modi praised Manmohan Singh, stating, "Ideological differences are short-lived, but the way Manmohan Singh has guided this house and the country for such a long period, he will be remembered for his contributions during every discussion on our democracy." Modi also recalled when Singh arrived at the parliament in a wheelchair to cast his vote over a key legislation. Following his death, Prime Minister Narendra Modi called Singh one of India's most distinguished leaders. President Draupadi Murmu, Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar, Opposition Leader Rahul Gandhi, Home Affairs Minister Amit Shah, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh and former Prime Minister H.D. Devgowda issued statements praising Singh and his leadership after his death. A Bollywood film was made in 2019 based on Singh's life, titled The Accidental Prime Minister, directed by Vijay Gutt and written by Mayank Tiwari with Anupam Kher in the titular role. The film was based on the 2014 memoir of the same name by Sanjay Abaru. Pradhan Mantri, lit. Prime Minister, a 2013 Indian documentary television series which aired on ABP News and covers the various policies and political tenures of Indian PMS, includes the tenure of Manmohan Singh in the episode's Story of Sonia Gandhi and UPAI government, and Scams in UPA government and anti-corruption movement. Thank you for watching this video.